Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. Are we doing this? Are we making a video now? You sure? Okay. Let me come around. Hey, it's Jordan on a white background. People are like, I love your black background. Well, say goodbye. No, I could change it back again. But, black on white. It's a new year, new me. All right. What are we talking about today? We are going to talk about ChatGPT. I don't know if you heard this. It's like regular chat, but with 3 random letters associated at the end. What does GPT stand? No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the new deep research feature with ChatGPT, which is what? I basically blew up my whole process recently because of this deep research feature. I now pay $200 a month. I gave some creators some crap that's like, Operator's great. I use Operator. And it's like, no, you don't. It's not useful right now. I played around with it. It's getting there, but it's still playful. Deep research is actually useful now. So we're going to walk you through in the next 4 minutes. 4 minutes. All I got is 4 minutes. Isn't that a great song? How I'm using this and how I am going to build these AI agents now with basically only deep research. So I probably will update my $299 Clay course on how to build the AI agents in one flow using deep research, but you're going to get the preview of the preview of the preview of that process. Now, I just started playing with it yesterday. It came out earlier this week. Let's dive in. All right. So what is deep research? So I'm actually doing a podcast on this exact flow. So I was preparing for a company called Gaia. So basically, I have this prompt here that I developed, which is like, do all of the marketing research. And this deep research is great because one of the things you can do to make models perform better is it asks you questions. So you can say, yo, do not proceed unless you ask me questions. So ChatGPT is doing something smart. Claude's not doing this yet, really upset about that. But it's saying, exactly what do you want me to do? And then I just used my friend Super Whisper to talk. And it's like, I don't need time. I need current market position. Research, 16 minutes, 24 sources. So look at this. ICP, buyer journey. It went over quotes, competitive landscape. What? Keep going. Customer feedback, market context. Oh my gosh, keep scrolling. Customer success patterns, which is amazing. So just go to market plan. It just like went over everything, right? And you're like, well, Jordan, what do I do with this wall of text? Information gaps and further research. So that's really great. Then I have this prompt around data. So I was like, I specifically want you to look at data. And this is the SAT evaluation framework, which is scale and coverage. So this is in my new course. You'll get this prompt. So I want to know what is the scale and coverage of the data source? What's the targeting power and the axis and structure? SAT. SAT. So it should be SAT. So in this case, this company targets broadband companies, ISPs. And it's like good old Form 477. Me and Form 477, we're like this. National Broadband Map. So this has all facilities. Here's like an example of, it has megabits and it tells you geographic codes and technology type. And then there's one for Canada too. Of course, it's more complicated than the FCC CR. Canadian Registration of Telecom Canadians. I don't know what that stands for actually, but Canadian ISP registry, great. So here's where I get the data from Canada. And it's like, oh, near complete coverage, all who register as required by law. Urban and rural. Targeting power, so it contains basic firmographics, so not great targeting power, but it's free. It's like XML, TXT, easy to scrape or download in bulk. This is the question that I ask, easy to scrape or download in bulk. And there's a bunch of other like, oh, Switzerland. So it's like, bam, data sources, like, data sources. Then I basically said, yo, tell me how the data relates to a message that I can send. And so it's like, okay, well, subscriber count. And I wasn't really happy with this as an answer. I said, yo, you're missing the point. And it said, great. So do you want to do pain-based segmentation? I was like, yes, indeed I do. I do not want to do segmentation by size, which is what it first suggested. It's like, oh, do you want to target mid-market? Do you want to target like fast growing? I was like, no, I want to target by pain. And ChatGPT came up with that question, which is great. So now it's actually identifying and it says, great. what we're going to do is we're going to investigate sources for the inverse of their features, which are, who's having customer service struggles, who has network performance lags, right? Apparently they have software for that. Who's facing regulatory compliance where they need to provide more data, so Gaia can help with that. And who is like actually trying to expand their infrastructure, where they have hiring constraint, delays in deployment. So now ChatGPT is actually doing all this research for me. So AI agent course, $299. You can buy it. It's a link in my profile. I'm working on who to target and what to say. It's going to be $1,000, $1,000 US. I may try to provide a narrowed down version, but I probably want to launch the $1,000 one first. And I might do some additional. I found that some people have been pirating my course, which I'm not happy about. So I may actually I may make it like a little bit harder to buy. I haven't decided yet. And I've already reported some of the pirators to Google, and Google's like done some takedown requests for me, which is great. So this second course is going to have over 60 prompts. It's got a whole huge process. I will include detailed videos of like this. You'll get the prompts I used today. The SAT prompt is in there. So yeah, I think, I was like very anti ChatGPT for kind of a while. It's sort of changing for me because of things like deep research and because O1 Pro can export 100,000 tokens. Claude can export about 8,000 and regular ChatGPT can export like 4,000. And so because of searching the web, deep research, O1 Pro, which can export a ton of tokens, and it looks like O3 Mini, which is available, I think, to just the $20 a month subscriber, can export a lot of tokens. That means that when I go back to Claude, because I sometimes cheat on ChatGPT, when I go back to Claude, I can paste this all in because Claude can take a 200,000 token context window. O1 Pro also 200,000 context window, which means that just much more tokens in. So my workflow now is have it's done. Let's like look at this now that my workflow now is basically taking stuff from ChatGPT and pasting it into Claude for more of the thoughtful. Consumer complaint, BBB. So great, unusually high number of complaints or low can be flagged as having service issues. So like it actually found one, Ziply, involving billing problems, slow issue resolution. Billing problems, they help with that. The company's called Gaia, G-I-A, G-I-I-A, ISP company. What is? No, G-I-A-A, G-I-I-A. There you go, G-A-I-I-A. So this is the company and ISP platform. And I'm doing a podcast that'll go over this, but okay, great. So pattern of complaints. Regulatory governments often publish complaint statistics, releases quarterly reports on telecomplaints per 100,000 users. So most fixed broadband, primarily how their complaints were handled, indicating subpar support, right? The inverse of that is what this company can do for them. Customer satisfaction, JD Power. JD Power sends me $1 a month to review my car, like a physical dollar in the mail. High churn rate, so public filings on research can reveal churn rates. 1.5 monthly churn. Industry research suggests this is typical. So anything above that, great. So I can talk about churn. Own hiring and HR data, a surge in job postings, right? This makes sense. That was my data source for a while. Network speed and performance test. Outage trackers, right? Down detector, net block. So you can see there's just this wealth of information online, right? Like, regulatory enforcement news that penalize providers. So you can sort of see how I didn't know any of this stuff. You can sort of see how if you ask ChatGPT the right questions in the right prompt process, that you can get amazingly good results. And then all you have to do is operationalize it. Go to Market Engineer, baby. All right. Well, I hope this video was useful to you. I hate to say it, but I think you should pay for the $200 a month. And actually, it's part of that value is the deep research, and part of that is copying and pasting the stuff into Claude. I don't think Operator is there yet. It just was a little too clunky. it did let me log into things. And if you're doing stuff for personal things, fine, whatever. But if you want to research things at high scale and you need some sort of speed of turnaround, it's just not there yet. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.